What's going on, Mr. Sleepy? You sleepy? You tired, man? Tired of riding down the highway listening to the hum of that motor? Alright, touch on something here. For you drivers that are sleepy, feeling sleepy, seeing flying pigs, bridges that ain't there, get you some coffee. If you're not a coffee drinker, get you some soda. If you're not a soda drinker, here's a little insight for you. It's from an old head. Me and my brother used to talk about this all the time, called cat naps. Basically, you know you got a lot of time on the books. Take your phone, take your tablet, whatever it is, and set the timer, okay? Set it for an hour, or set it for 30 minutes first. Grab you a ramp, and I'm gonna talk about that too. Grab you a ramp, park on that ramp. Make sure that there's no parking signs. You don't want to get a ticket, but park on that ramp, or park somewhere in a rest area. Get you some sleep, man, for about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. When your alarm go off, get up, wipe your eyeballs, move on down the highway. Now, if you see, and listen to me, if you see that you're getting sleepy again, take another hour, okay? You take that other hour, and what you do with that other hour is you do the same thing. Go to sleep. I don't care if you're in the driver's sleep, in the driver's seat or whatever. Go to sleep, especially you reefer drivers. You know who you are. Go to sleep, and for about an hour, let your alarm wake you up. You should be good to go for a minute. Anything between the hours of 1 and 3 a.m. in the morning, we call that the Sandman hour. Basically, that's the hour that a lot of guys get sleepy, start drifting across the highway, seeing pigs that don't fly, bridges that ain't there. Been there, done that. That's how I learned, okay? And I'm teaching you so you don't get into a collision or an accident that may put you out of a career. See, there's 4 things that'll get you put out of this business. Rollovers, rear-end collisions, and abandonment. How would you like it if somebody took your car and borrowed it for a day and then bring it back where I told you to bring it? Now you got to go get it. It's going to cost you. How would you like it if somebody is got $1 million of freight in the back, a bunch of Samsung TVs, Vizios or whatever, and he rolled that truck, okay? You just cost money. Abandonments are usually 7 years. Rollovers, I think, are a few years. Don't get me wrong, you can get hired, but you're not going to get hired by the best because they see that rollover on your record are preventable. And rear-end collisions. Why the hell wasn't you paying attention? One of the things in this industry you're going to learn is you must pay attention. But back to the sleepy. Come on, drivers. If you're feeling sleepy, man, why put your CDL in jeopardy? There's an old saying in the old head world, protect your CDL. Why would you put yourself in jeopardy of losing your career? You got to feed your family, don't you? Or you like living that lifestyle, don't you? Well, why put your CDL in jeopardy? Don't do it, fellas. It's not worth it, man. Come on. As far as the ramps go, the old heads have a saying that the get-on ramp is the safest ramp. The reason that ramp is a get-on ramp is because people got to get on to get up to speed. The get-off ramp, they're coming down from their speed. And a lot of times, a lot of the accidents happen on the get-off ramp than the get-on ramp. What can I tell you? If you can't get on that get-on ramp, it's okay to get on the get-off ramp. But here's the thing. You know what drivers used to leave their their parking lights on those ramps? Because that was a guide to whoever was coming off the ramp, if they're not drunk, and they just say, oh, look at the pretty lights, bang. And then if you're in the dark, same thing. I see guys parking on the ramp in the dark. No need. don't park with your lights off, man. Leave them on, because nobody can say, well, he was in the dark and I couldn't see him. But they can say he had his lights on. Why didn't you see that? You might have been in the wrong for the get off ramp, but if they hit you, your lights were on. So what's the excuse now? You mean to tell me you couldn't see him? Well, what were you doing? So I just thought I'd leave you with that old school out.